Okay, folks, this is Doc Jones coming back at you. We're going to discuss as quickly as I possibly can the Trump peace plan that's going to be unveiled. It looks like I did mention we thought it was going to be this past Sunday evening, but it appears to be at least by the end of this month. So within the next week, within the next coming days, but we'll find out. But folks, there's been leaks on the Trump peace deal of the century that he calls it. This peace deal, of course, we see it prophesied in Daniel 9:27, but of course this is between Israel and Palestine. Again, now the leaks. Now I've got some leaks real quick. This is according to Lebanese TV station, and they claim to have leaks on the peace deal. Now, these leaks came out several weeks ago, but I want to review them because we're going to be able to see his peace plan unveiled with the help of Kushner. Now, Kushner's over there in the Middle East right now, Trump over there in Europe right now with the European Union, but Kushner's over there right now in the Middle East area. It appears now, folks, this is, like I said, this is a leak, so don't take what I'm saying as legit, but these are leaks. It could be legit. It may not be legit. All right, Saudi Arabia is to take control of the Temple Mount and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, maybe the Dome of the Rock as well. Now, folks, the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock stand on the Temple Mount. Now, folks say that those have to be torn down for the third temple to be put up. It appears that's incorrect. It appears those will stay there, and the third temple will be built alongside of those two, and those mosques will remain there, and the third temple will be built still on the Temple Mount, but adjacent to the Dome of the Rock. All right, the next leak, that Palestine will have control in the West Bank, possibly Gaza, but it appears the West Bank. That there is definitely prophetic. Jews that are already living in the West Bank, it appears that they will be able to allow to stay there under Palestinian control. There's hundreds of thousands of Jews that live in the West Bank area today, hundreds of thousands. It appears they'll be able to stay there under maybe under a Palestinian control, but as like a minority still living there. Now, there was a map, I'd like to show that later. There was a map that was leaked out. The map shows the areas where these Jews living in the West Bank under Palestinian control, when this is signed, that there will be ways for them to get back to the Temple Mount, back into and out of the West Bank area. There'll be roads and stuff for them. And it appears that Jews will not be allowed to buy Arab homes or Palestinian homes, and a Palestinian or the Arabs will not be allowed to buy Jewish homes there. Another leak, Egypt will grant land to Palestine for airport and industrial factories. Another one, a highway and a pipeline between Gaza and the West Bank. Another one, after 1 year, the Palestinians will set up their own elections. Let's see, here's another one. Within 5 years of that signing, Palestine to have their own airport, seaport, and highways leading into Jordan. This is, again, within 5 years of that, the Palestinians, the Arabs, will have their own airport, seaport, and highways leading into Jordan. Also, folks, now this is a little bit, seems impossible, but Hamas to lay down their guns and their bombs, whatever they've got, or the U.S. will cut this deal. So if they misbehave or they continue to try to kill and bomb and shoot, the deal will be broken and none of this will take place. Also, the U.S., the European Union, and China are putting in billions of dollars into this deal. Remember, folks, this is just leaks. Also, Jerusalem would not be divided. That's very prophetic as well. Folks, just a quick bit of information. Every Tuesday morning on the Temple Mount, there is prayer being done by the Jews and the Christians in a special spot on the Temple Mount. That is huge, folks. That is legit information. That's not a leak. Every Tuesday it appears that this is through Paul Begley. This is through Irvin Baxter. They have spoken very many times on finally allowing the Jews and some Christians to pray on the Temple Mount. You know, it used to just be the Western Wall where the Jews and Christians and other folks that would like to have prayer would go to the Western Wall. The Western Wall is kind of what's left of that second temple. It's just part of a wall. Of course, the whole temple was burned and torn down, flattened. But the Western Wall remains part of the second temple, just an outer layer wall, a protective wall that was left, and that's where the Jews go to, of course, we've seen, where they go pray. Let's see, let me get on to some other stuff. It looks like the palace, I'm trying to write what I've written down. This leak, of course, was several weeks ago. This leak came out. It says the Palestinians to pay taxes, and of course their taxes, of course, folks, so they'll have their own schools and be able to fund for their utilities. And so the Palestinians looks like they'll pay Israel, and then of course for the taxes, but they'll be able to, the Palestinians, the Arabs will be able to set up their own utilities and own schools as well. So a good bit of leaks there, folks. Again, this could be the covenant with many. As we look at the nations that are getting involved in this deal, that are putting forth money in this deal, Russia, the Vatican, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, the United Kingdom, the UAE, Jordan, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Algeria, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. It seems like there's a lot of nations that are trying to get involved in this. Of course, Iran is not in any of this. But folks, you know, we've got the impeachment stuff going on. Of course, we've got the swamp, the reptilians trying to take our man. But, you know, we're just going to hold strong and stay in prayer for our leaders, folks, and what's going on there. But, of course, these are some leaks, folks. I mean, there's some more news I could talk about. I mean, Vladimir Putin, his whole government resigned. He's trying to have power. His power is supposed to end in 2024. Well, it looks like his government resigned. This is recent news as well. His whole government, his whole cabinet resigned. That's Vladimir Putin, boot scooting Putin. You know, it looks like he's trying to just take full power after 2024, when his power and his reign is supposed to be over with. But looks like he's trying to do changes in their constitution to try to balance power toward him. As we know, Russia is the bear. Daniel 7, Revelation 13. So we'll have to see with that, folks. I'll come back at y'all with some more news as quick as I can. So, and we'll talk about Matthew 24. But yeah, folks, so the Trump peace plan to be unveiled here probably within the next week or so. And yeah, I'll come back at y'all later. It's the end times.